Hello and welcome back to the Grassroots to Glory football podcast, episode 12. We're back again. How are you going?
Yeah.
How's it going, Jack?
Uh,
You good?
yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad. Episode 12 seems a bit crazy, you know. I mean, so that's. I think I don't know how many episodes of the old podcast we did, but I feel as if that this one. It's not closing up on it, but it just feels as if time has just sort of gone really, really quickly this time. When obviously we missed a few weeks, didn't we, with holidays and stuff. But yeah, man, it feels good to be back as usual. And I just want to point out I'm super excited for this episode because I get to dog on teams again, and that is probably my favourite pastime at the moment. Just
True.
absolutely rinsing teams. But a better question is, how are you? Because I know the answer to this, but I'll let you explain.
Oh, don't talk about it. No. So, yeah, Chelsea City. I was at the FA Cup game against Western-super-Mare at the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, everyone was buzzing. We all met at the pub before. It was rammed. There must have been like close to 100 of us in there. There was loads of us. It was sold out. Record attendance again, 3,682 or something like that.
Which, for context, Melbourne Stadium isn't the nicest place. So to get 3,000 people in there,
it's an athletic centre. It's not a football ground.
Oh, it's dreadful.
Getting 3.6k in there. It was rammed though. Like, I mean, it wasn't even like a lot of people said it in the group chat after the game. So the Crow Row, which is the covered end behind one of the goals, was heaving.
You want to post that video you sent me?
Oh, you could not move.
Yeah.
It was honestly a lot of people in the group chat afterwards saying, like, does anyone think the Crow Row was terrible today? Just because it was you literally just couldn't move. It was the busiest I've ever seen it, which understandably record attendance, but it was like 75% of them were all in the Crow Row. Mm-hmm. And obviously, when it's a big game like that, you don't swap ends, you stay.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was rammed. But other than that, yeah, the game itself, first half, it looked all right. I think we were actually like pretty good. But it's the story of the last sort of 10 games for us is our first halves look good. And then it just goes, I don't know what's going wrong, but second half we come out, it drop their heads and we concede and then we just don't come back. And unfortunately, the same happened again. Coulson for Western-super-Mare, fair play to him. Been really good all season for them. And yeah, he punished us with a really, really good volley that went into kind of top corner. Nothing the keeper could have done, but defensive errors. Yeah, Joe Grimwood, club record signing. People might know him. He played for Barnet and Braintree before that. And he just come back from injury, and they kept him on for like full 90, and he was so off it, so not match fit, which is not necessarily his fault that he was put on for 90, but it's just where's the game management?
Yeah, that's poor.
You've got a player who is clearly not match fit. There's so many errors he was making from a usually like really solid sound centre back as well. It's just he's been out for so long. And it was bad. It was I mean, realistically, you look at the draw we had. It realistically was almost like it was written that this Chelmsford might actually make it. Like the media was all over us, and I know that's because of Lyle Taylor, but the media were all over Chelmsford City, and it seemed like it was almost written that Chelmsford City might actually make it to the third round this year for the first time in half a century, and the best chance we had as well. I mean, we had.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Terrible teams. That's a bit harsh on some of them, but we had teams that were worse than us essentially in every stage on paper. Obviously, it didn't work out like that. Like Hertford, step 4 team, we won 6-0. Alvechurch, step 3 team, again, that was tighter than it should have been, but we were comfortable. Braintree, who were awful. And then Western, who on paper, they're a part-time team away from home, you really should be winning, and they just completely outdid us. So fair play to them. But yeah, now that the head loss has kind of cleared a little bit, you can kind of look back at it a bit more objectively. It was so poor, and it's probably the biggest chance in my lifetime that we'll ever have to make it that far, unless we obviously become like really good down the line. But it's realistically, that is the best chance we're going to have.
Yeah, definitely.
We bottled it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It did feel like a massive waste of an opportunity, and I mean, you said it yourself. Like the game management seemed to be off. I mean, if you've got a player coming back from injury, they don't play 90 minutes, especially in a massive game like an FA Cup round two. Like that for Chelmsford is huge. You don't, in my opinion, anyway, you don't play a player that's just coming back from injury because again, they're not going to be match fit. I mean, the only way I can see that you play a player like that is if you don't have any other choice. And I mean, I don't know Chelmsford's depth, but I assume there had to have been a fit
So
centre back.
the problem we have is David Longking, who come from St Albans from last season. He got himself suspended, so he couldn't play. So
Mm-hmm.
Ben Tompkins is currently with Tom Lapsley being injured. Ben Tompkins is our vice captain, so he was always going to start. I think he's been a very consistent player all
Mm-hmm.
season, despite the poor form. I think he's actually been good. So he was always going to start, and it was just a question of whether Grimwood was going to start or Paul Appiah, who's our other centre back, was going to
Right.
play, and then Grimwood might have come on late, or vice versa.
Yeah.
But no, they started Grimwood. I think that probably says maybe they don't have a lot of faith in Appiah. He was someone we released last season when we weren't a very good team, and
Mm-hmm.
then brought back, which a bit
That's never a
questionable
good
in
sign, is it?
itself. So I don't know if they've got the best of faith in him,
Mm-hmm.
but I think for Grimwood it was just too soon. So many errors, and it's one of them because he's a better player than that. It's just he clearly not fit,
Match
and
fitness is important, isn't it?
oh,
So
100%, yeah. But being especially on a full time team, like
mhm.
when you're training all week, like you
Yeah,
have to
definitely.
be sharp, and if you're
Yeah.
not, it's evident.
Yeah, especially if because it's key, isn't it, to train with like play with the team because obviously it being a team game. If you're not up to scratch with your teammates, it's not going to click. And if you're the one that's off the pace, it's going to be apparent straight away.
Yeah, 100%. And like, yeah, there was a lot of head loss after that. One of the very few games that the kind of big group of us, the regulars, that I think it was one of the few games that I think more upset us than
Hmm.
anything. Just because it's like, yeah, we were pissed off because it's terrible performance and there was just no fight at all.
Yeah,
But like, I think it's more the opportunity that
yeah,
was there. I think it more upset us than angered us.
yeah. It was
And
there for the taking, wasn't it? And they didn't.
yeah, and it was in our hands, 100%. And we obviously threw it away. Lyle
Mhm.
Taylor was so quiet, but I don't necessarily blame him. I think it was zero service going to him all game. Again,
Yeah,
it's not much, no matter how good you are, unless you're
absolutely.
obviously Messi or something, like you're just not going to be
Yeah.
able to. He made some really good runs that just balls just weren't going to him, and
Hmm.
you could tell he was frustrated. And then post game, he got injured. Like it just, you couldn't make it up. He was kind of, to be fair to him, he came over. Like you could tell everyone was fuming. There was
Yeah.
head loss going on. The chair. I don't want to get into the internal problems, but the chairman was arguing with fans. Yeah, he got like proper toxic at one point.
Hmm.
And Lyle Taylor came over to those of us that were still in the crow row and was like clapping and stuff, and as you do.
Yeah.
And then as he was walking off, because he was basically tipping down the whole game, it was really
Mm.
wet. He
Horrible though.
slipped on a drain just
Oh.
off the pitch and then just completely went down. None of us even saw it. We just looked and he was on the floor and he literally couldn't walk. He had to be,
Oh.
which is not a good sign when you've got potentially the best player in the league who's just slipped on a drain and has completely taken himself out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is just one of them things. So it's just like everything that could have gone wrong did, and then
Did.
the post game was it's the longest I think I've stayed at the ground after a game. We were there for like an hour after the game just because there was so much kicking off. Like it
Yeah.
really kicked off, and I think everyone's calmed down. The chairman apologised to those that he was fighting with, and vice versa. So I think everyone's okay. It's just I think it all boiled over, and we just got
Well,
to really reset.
yeah.
But
No, absolutely. You've got to look at the rest of the season now and try and kick on, right?
yeah, we are still a capable team. We're in 15th, 7 points off of playoffs, so it's not disastrous. It's just we
Yeah.
really need to just kick on. We've got Essex Senior Cup tonight at Great Waker, and it's awful to get to on a midweek, so absolutely not doing that. But that's something. Just put the kids out, let them reset, and just go again. Eastbourne on Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's the rant over. I knew it was going to come up, and I did want to complain because I'm still a little bit upset about it, but
Well,
it is what it
naturally,
is.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the receptionist at work as well. She's a big football fan,
Uh-huh.
and I walked in and she said something like, "Oh, how did Western Supermare get on?" And she knew full well they'd beaten us. And I was just like, "Don't." I was like, "Today, I'm still hurting. It's
Yeah,
not."
just leave me alone, mate,
Yeah,
please.
like
I
today
don't,
is just not it.
I don't want to talk about it.
But yeah,
Speaking of wanting to
that's.
talk about it,
Oh God, go on.
I want to, because we've got a lot to talk about this episode, and normally we go through the results, and I just want to fly through them. And I say that every time. I want to get through these as quickly as possible because we've got a lot of things to talk about
Yeah.
relevant to the World Cup and a bunch of Scouse dogs that are currently being shown who they are. Anyway, right, so we've got Saturday, so no games on Friday, unless you want to talk about Leyton Orient, but I don't think
Who
you
did
do.
they play? Was that
Was it
FA
Leyton
Cup,
Orient?
that one? Oh yeah,
No,
they
I think
lost
it was.
4-0 to Salford in FA
Yeah.
Cup.
So, which, fair enough. But anyway, first game of the day was, this is probably the biggest one, I would say, of the Saturday, was Aston Villa versus Arsenal. And I actually watched it. So that's a rarity for me to... I had the weekend to myself. I'd been to my work Christmas party on Friday night, so I was feeling a bit sorry for myself. So I had a day where I paid attention to the results. And I actually watched this game. And I genuinely... and I'm going to say this now, I haven't seen a better game of football this season so far. It was brilliant. It was end to end. Both teams were brilliant. Aston Villa specifically in the first half were a lot better than they were in the second half, and vice versa. Arsenal were a lot better in the second half than they were in the first. The first two goals were good goals. Arsenal coming back after going 1-0 down from a cash goal. Trossard seems to be he just keeps doing it, doesn't he? Coming off the bench and making an impact for Arsenal. I don't know what the stat is. I think it was like 7. He scored 7 goals off the bench this season, something stupid.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. And then for Arsenal to lose it in the 95th minute to a Buendia, it was brilliantly taken goal, but it was a mess. But it was an enjoyable watch because it was end to end, and Villa Park was rocking. It's sometimes difficult to sort of get atmosphere on the TV. In terms of you can't really tell if it's rocking or not. But honestly, it's unbelievable. It's just so loud. Even if credit to them, Arsenal fans were really, really loud as well. I think both teams were up for it, and the result, it could have gone either way. I think, for me, I think it shows that Villa are, they're putting their stamp down and they're saying, look, we're
third,
fourth. They are third, 3 points off Arsenal. I think they're putting their stamp down and saying, look, we can. I'm not saying they'll do it, but they can kick on. They're in the title race. If we are, then they definitely are. I think it was, it was an incredible performance, and just a great game all around. I think Villa, they look good. They look really, really good. They've got a great home record. Away, I don't think so much, but they could pick up more points away. Then, crazier things have happened.
Yeah, Villa's away form at the moment, 6th in the league for away games, so it's not
okay.
awful.
It's not awful.
No,
but I think
it's Palace actually got the best away form.
Are they really?
Yeah,
they've been an anomaly this season, haven't they? They've been quite good.
Palace's home form that's letting them down. The 15th.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they. I think it also highlights that Arsenal might end up genuinely. I think Man City win the league now.
I do.
I think Arsenal bottle it again, which is earlier, like maybe 10 games ago, or maybe a bit less than that, maybe 7 games ago. I was here saying Arsenal they look just the all-out best team in the league, and maybe finally might get it done. But they've shown again that maybe not.
In fairness, it was. You were correct at the time. That's the thing with football, isn't it?
Yeah, things change.
And I think I hate using the term, but I think Arsenal have got a soft underbelly and they're showing it. You know,
Yeah,
they had I think it was like a 7 point gap at one point, and it's now
yeah,
down to
something like
two.
that. I do believe they haven't. Their centre backs are all injured, though, aren't they? Like
Yeah,
Saliba
but
and Gabriel are out.
I mean, it's fair, right? They are two huge misses, but they rave on about Mascara and Calafiori and Timber and Ben White, and who they've got one other centre back, haven't they? I can't think of his name.
Mosquera's injured.
He's injured as well.
Yeah,
Wow.
they've got no centre back. They were playing that Hincapi guy
In KP, that's the other one I was thinking about.
and Timber, but Timber, I think Timber's too small. He's like 5'9".
He's better right back, but he's not a better right back than Ben White, I don't think.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with that. But that is a problem for them. Their centre backs are weak now.
Of course. You know, and
which is a problem.
Yeah, but you know, it's the way of the game, and I see Arsenal fans moaning about injuries, and it always seems to be the centre backs. I don't quite know what the problem is. You know, obviously the season where they were almost winning it, and then Saliba got injured, and that just they fell apart.
Yeah, they lost a lot from that.
It seems that that's a big issue for them, but again, they signed a lot of centre backs and they're injured, so it's I don't know. Is it a matter of management? Is it you're picking up the wrong signings? I mean, they finally got
something's going wrong.
If they finally got a striker through the door, which, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't think he's great, but
he hasn't been great.
At least they've got a focal point, I suppose.
That's the thing. They got forwards as like I know they're playing often like Marino there, but you've got the likes of Saka, Eze. They've got that Malin, Sancho. They've got Victor Lindelof as well, don't they? Now
who are we talking about?
Not Arsenal, Villa. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
they've got Sancho, Malin, and like Lindelof and all of that.
Yeah.
But Arsenal's forwards. I know Lindelof's not a forward. It was just notable to me. I forgot he went.
He made a cameo at the weekend.
Yes, he did come on. Whereas like Arsenal have got, they're playing Marino up front when he's more a midfielder natively. You've got the likes of Saka, Eze, Gyökeres, Trossard, Madueke, Martinelli. They're not short on forwards.
No, they just can't seem to get it done. I don't know.
Gyökeres is not playing well.
I genuinely think when Havertz comes back from injury, he starts over Gyökeres.
Yeah, possibly.
I just think, although I don't really think Havertz is he's not a striker, is he? Let's be honest. But I just think that I wonder if it's just a matter of that he's not adapted yet, and you have to give him time to, because the Premier League's very physical compared to the Portuguese league. It's a different pace. It's a whole new game, and he's been here less than a year. So I think people dogging on him isn't fair necessarily, but there does become a point where you're the man that's got bought in to assist with Arsenal's frontman problem. You kind of got to step up and take it by the horns, if you know what I mean. So
yeah,
but we shall see. Moving on, Bournemouth Chelsea. There's absolutely nothing to talk about. It was a 0-0 goal disallowed for Semenyo because he was offside, and I think that was about it.
Yeah, nothing happened. I think Chelsea controlled a lot of it, but obviously just not a lot happened.
I think they're doing exactly what they did the same as last year. They get to Christmas and then they just have this fall off that they can't sustain what they're doing. I don't quite think they're in the title race. I just don't think they've got the squad, which is crazy to think.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of their squad's good enough.
No, I agree.
They've got 1 million players, but they're all 10 years old or just not quite up to it. I don't know. I don't think their squad's, other than a select few. Yeah, I think you could probably chop a lot of this squad up and get rid and just keep. I think even in the forwards here, I think you've got a fair few that just you could get rid. I don't think you need all of these players.
100%. Quickly, again, Everton, Nottingham Forest, 3-0 to Everton at home. Really good result. Everton are flying. do really, really well, which is nice to see. City, Sunderland, 3-0. I'm not really going to talk about it. There wasn't really much to it. Sunderland just didn't turn up at all and then get a silly red card.
Yeah, they've fallen off a lot. They're ninth now. They're starting to just drop points. They beat Bournemouth, who had 10 men, drew with Liverpool at Anfield, which they're good results. But then prior to that, like loss, draw, won a couple, loss. They're just starting to pick up like losses and draws a bit too frequently if they want to stay up. Which I'm not surprised they're not. I didn't think they were ever going to stay up there. But they're falling off a little bit now.
They've definitely exceeded expectations already. But
100%.
I think you will see them tail off a bit now because, sometimes it does take the bigger teams to sort of get their swing, and once they're in, I think the quality difference will show. As it was at the weekend, I think we just were sort of all over them and didn't really see the Sunderland that we've seen against Arsenal and against Liverpool. So
unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly, I quite like Sunderland, so it was a shame, but
it's one of the grounds I want to do. I've done Newcastle and some of the surrounding. I just haven't done that. Sunderland.
It's just so far away, isn't it?
Yeah, it was like just you have to kind of do a weekend for it.
Yeah, absolutely no chance of getting up there.
Oh god, no, you can't do it one day unless you drive it, and then even then you're not getting back till incredibly late.
Nah, that's mental. Speaking of, up north, the Toon, Newcastle 2, Burnley 1, bit of a nothing game, other than Bruno Guimaraes scoring directly from a corner, which was...
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I did see that.
Admittedly, I think the keeper should have done better, but because they were claiming a foul, and I've got opinions on fouls on keepers, and it's not the time for it, but I thought it was soft, and I think Dubravka should have been stronger.
Well, you got to be. If you're a keeper.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's a massive keeper and all. So, obviously I know Newcastle have massive defenders. Like, I'm not going to sit there and say they've got tiny, players like Dan Burn, I think he's about 18 foot tall. But as a keeper, you have to be more dominating of your box, and he just wasn't. And then they complain about a supposed foul. And I think if he's stronger, maybe he might not have saved it. But I reckon you got a better chance. He was just weak and went in. So
little in swinging. It was a bit comical, really. It was just like an in swinging corner, and it just completely missed everyone and went in the top corner.
Yeah,
and then, but I think Pires got sent off.
Yes, yeah. Which is Burnley are just capitulating, and I feel like their chances are they're gone. I also saw Guimaraes come out and say that he practices that in training. No, he doesn't.
Yeah, no one practices scoring from corners in training. It's just happened and missed everyone.
No chance. That was a pure fluke. No, get out of here. A bit of a London derby, Spurs, Brentford. I think they needed this. Their home form is abysmal. So 2-0 win. I think is good for Frank. Anyway, because I think there's a lot of unrest in the Tottenham support. I'm not sure they're feeling him, are they?
In their last game, Tottenham booed off on their last game. I think Vicario as well has come under a lot of fire, but I think he was good.
Yeah,
because Brentford needed to perform. Xavi Simons as well.
Do you know what? I want to comment quickly on him, just while you brought him up. I don't think he's built for the Prem. I think he's too... It sounds awful, but he's too weak. I just don't think he's
quite thin.
I mean, the comparison a little bit, I guess, is... You remember when Bernardo Silva come to us? Right?
Yeah.
And he's a tiny, tiny man, and he got bullied left, right and centre. It took him a season to sort of, get used to it, bulk up, or not even bulk up a little bit, but just sort of get sort of with it. Now you see Bernardo Silva. I think he's like 5 foot. He must be like 5'6", something along those lines, bullying people off the pool. So I think for Simmons, he needs to have time, but he just looks a bit at the moment a bit weak.
I think when you look at he's obviously technically very gifted.
Oh yeah.
And for a number, he's not necessarily a number 10, but he plays
Sort
there.
of plays, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's kind of where he obviously was playing the other day. He is technically gifted, and look at some of the others, like number 10 style players. They often are smaller.
Yeah.
Because it's more about creation, and you don't necessarily need to be like wrestling people around. If you look at who are the best number 10s in the league, I mean, you've got Fernandez, who's small.
Yeah, but he's got something about him, though, hasn't he?
Like, yeah, he will fight people if he has to.
He's going to get stuck into tackles.
He's got that dog in him, but it's,
yeah.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. Cause obviously, I saw him play quite a bit of PSG and Leipzig and for the Netherlands. I never really paid much attention to that, to be honest.
I guess
maybe it's something I need to look out more when I next kind of watch him.
Now I've said it, I reckon you'll notice it, and I think it's just exclusive to the Prem because it's just we've got some big beefy dons in this league and big bruisers. I think the players like him sometimes get not outmatched, but it's difficult for them purely because of their stature. You're right about being small and creative and that, but you have to have something about you, otherwise you're going to get eaten up.
Yeah, you get bullied.
But no, regardless, good win for Tottenham. Takes a bit of pressure off Frank, I think.
Yeah, certainly. I think let's come back to Liverpool's at the end when we've done with the next bit as well. Just because then we can go straight in with what we want to talk about. So we'll skip that one till later.
Quickly, again, Sunday, there's only 3 more games to go. Sunday, Brighton versus West Ham, 1-1.
Yeah, nothing happened.
Not really nothing. Not really anything. Oddly enough, we were talking about Palace's away form. They got 2-1 win at Fulham. They just seem to be... if they can pick up some points at home, they're in a chance of getting back into Europe next season. They just need to start performing at home and picking up points.
Yeah, one thing I want to note quickly with Mateta as well is I know he didn't score today, or Sunday, but he played very well. And something that Glasner apparently said to him is Mateta was close to signing for a bigger club at one point. He had a couple of offers for some bigger clubs because his main ambition was I want to play for France. And Glasner convinced him to stick around, saying, play for us, you'll play pretty much every game, you score consistently, you will get that call up for France, I promise you. And then Mateta recently did get a France call up.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So it's nice to see that like Glasner's faith in him has obviously paid off, and he's kind of getting what he wants. So that was quite nice to see. I did read about that.
Yeah, massively. That's why I think Glasner's definitely underrated as a manager. I think. I think unfortunately for Palace fans, I think he's going to be pinched at some point because he's just a quality manager and has proven time and time again that he can do it, and gives Palace their first FA Cup and then proceeds to what do they win after that? What was it?
Community Shield.
That's it. Which argue all you want, dinner plate, blah blah blah. For a team like Palace, silverware, isn't it? To me, so
yeah, exactly.
Fair play to them. I quite like them. Good team. So, and with that Eze, they've still cracked on. So, which is good. It's always good when a team gets their quote best player nicked. They don't capitulate and just, fall off the wayside sort of thing.
Even 2 really, Elise and Eze.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. I forgot Elise played for Palace. Yeah,
doing very well at Bayern.
Yeah. I think Liverpool are after him, actually.
Shock.
And then the final game of the week was probably the least surprising result in the whole of the...
Yeah, I actually did watch this. Wolves are terrible. Like, I know it's like broken record. We say it like every week, but they really are bad. They were getting like ran around the entire game. They got a little burst of momentum just like before the halftime break, but they weren't good at all. And that's about it. That's all you can say about Wolves. They're not a Prem side.
No.
The fans are protesting as well. They had no fans until 20 minutes or so when they started coming in. All the fans are protesting. The best players out. they're bad.
They're currently 15 games in, negative 25 goal difference on 2 points.
Yeah, they're gone.
God.
I think the last time we saw them in the Championship, they got like 100+ points.
Yeah.
If they stay like this, I don't think they come up because I think they're worse than that top half of the Championship.
Yeah, I agree. No, I absolutely agree. Agree.
Yeah, don't think they'll come back up unless they seriously change things. But yeah, and like this is the thing, like United aren't particularly that great at the moment, and absolutely just ran circles around them the entire game. They're just, but I genuinely think, like, you look at that table. I know they've got like the 2 points were against Tottenham and is it Brighton? The other point they got,
I think so. Yeah, 2 draws.
Yeah, even teams like I think Burnley, West Ham, I think would just batter them.
Yeah,
like they lost 3-2 to Burnley at home. Then have they played West Ham yet? Yeah, they have. In the EFL Cup anyway. They beat West Ham in the League Cup. I don't know if they've played them in the league.
Maybe not yet.
Doesn't look like it yet. No, looks like they've only played them in the League Cup, which they won, but League Cup in it. So in the league, I can't see them pick it up like anything. The question is really quickly: do you think Wolves win a game?
No.
Do you not? I think they'll win at least one.
But who? Who do they beat? You look at that table.
It'll either be a shock. There'll be a massive shock one, or they'll beat like a Burnley. Just at the end of the season, possibly. I think they'll win at least one, surely.
I think they'll be lucky to get 10 points.
I do have a suspicion, unless things really change, that they will end up beating Derby's record.
Yeah.
But worst team I've ever seen in this league.
I mean, I guess the thing for them is that if they go down, at least they'll have their Derby back, and we get to see some West Brom and Wolves.
Oh, the Black County,
get some juicy games in, I suppose. So that is, if anything, right, you're gone, right? Unless a minor miracle like the birth of Jesus happens again, you're gone. So just appreciate the fact that you're going to get a Derby. What is it? Twice a year, whatever it is.
Oh, I mean, they'll have a few, technically. They've got West Brom, you've got Birmingham, if none of these teams obviously go up, which I don't think they will. Coventry, if they don't go up, but I think they probably will.
I think Coventry won the league.
Yeah, I think they'll win the league. But if they somehow don't, they've obviously got that as well. So, maybe we'll see you again someday, Wolves, but I don't think.
I hope not.
For now. They're a very boring team. I don't know. I don't want to be like that guy, but I just find them really dull.
Orange, isn't it? Not a fan.
You just don't like orange.
Fair enough. I don't actually have anything against Wolves, but I just don't understand Rob Edwards leaving Middlesbrough to go to.
No, he left a better team. Genuinely did.
It must have been a fat paycheck, because there's no way in hell I would have ever done that.
No, I wouldn't have done either.
Not a chance. Even if I stayed in the Championship with Middlesbrough, I wouldn't have. Yeah, that's nuts.
No, absolutely not.
That is the week review. I don't think I'm missing. No, I'm not missing anything.
No, we're only missing Liverpool, but we'll go into that in a bit.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Take it away because we're going to talk a little bit about World Cup. Am I right?
We are indeed. We've got something. Obviously, the draw happened. Very exciting. Worst draw I've ever seen in my life, honestly. Jesus Christ. It went on for about 3 hours. It went on for about an hour and 15 minutes, and only the hosts have been drawn. Because they got the presidents of the countries.
Oh, he won his Peace Award, didn't he? Old Trumpy boy. Congrats, man.
Just lovely stuff.
That's literally, that's the equivalent of your mum going, oh, your little brother feels left out. Can you give him like a certificate or whatever? Like
participation award.
What's the point? Shocking. Yeah, man's an idiot, man.
Yeah, let's move on from
political talk. I had to get that out.
But yeah, so obviously the groups were drawn, and I briefly just want to quickly go over them and any notable matchups. So Group A, we've got the hosts, Mexico, South Africa, little rematch from 2010 there, South Korea, and the winner of the Europa Playoff D, which is Denmark, Czech Republic, Republic of Ireland, or North Macedonia. I would assume Denmark out of those.
Yeah.
We'd go into that. But I don't know about you, it's not a great group.
No, not really.
I mean, Mexico, South Korea, and Denmark, or whoever. I'm going to presume Denmark,
Yeah.
probably the strongest team there, but could be any of them in playoffs. I would suggest are probably likely. South Korea can be strong on their day. Mexico, same, and I think Denmark, if it's them, are pretty consistent. So,
Yeah.
not a great group to start us off. B, you've got Canada. Winner of UEFA Playoff A, which is Italy, Wales, Bosnia, or Northern Ireland. Please be Italy. We need some quality going on. Qatar and Switzerland. Oh, just
Again,
a terrible
poor.
group. I mean, it's Italy or Wales for me that win.
I could see Wales doing it because Italy haven't exactly been great.
Yeah, I could see Wales doing it because I'm pretty sure Wales have got the home game as well.
Yeah, I think they
So
have. Yeah.
I could see it being Wales, which they could get out of groups for that.
Yeah, easily. Yeah.
Like I
don't
think,
see why not.
then it's weak. I mean, I think whoever wins the playoff and Switzerland come 1 and 2, maybe Canada if they're hosts. Canada can perform. They've got an okay squad,
Mhm.
but I don't know if they've. I mean, they're kind of carried by a couple of players like Alfonso, Jonathan David. They've got a few like good players. I'm probably missing a couple of decent ones.
What's his name? Buchanan.
Yeah, that's true. So they do have a decent little squad. It's probably the best squad in our lifetime.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But I just don't know if they got the quality.
But then the problem is with the groups is the first 2 go through, and then it's the what?
Yeah, third place best,
for the best 8. Is it in the third
something
place?
like that, yeah, because now there's 700 teams in it, so it's
so really, you know, it. I'll talk about it after, but yeah, let's crack them.
So Group C: Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland. This is a joke. Brazil are going to win against Haiti and Scotland.
Morocco, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, Scotland will beat Haiti. I mean, Haiti is an absolute joke. It's like Brazil, Haiti. That might be the goal record for the amount of goals. That's just pitiful. I hope Morocco go through as well. I like their little run last time.
Yeah, semi-finals, wasn't it, in the Euro?
Yeah, it's the furthest an African team's ever made it. So I'd like to see them go again. They're hosting AFCON as well. Future episode coming out that starts in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it does indeed.
Absolutely love AFCON. It's on
great
terrestrial.
Quality.
It is unbelievable. Yeah. Free TV for the whole tournament. I will be there.
Yeah, man.
One of my mates, actually, a little tangent. One of my mates is going.
That's cool.
He's going to a few games. So one of them, terrible quality games. It's like Morocco versus Botswana or something, where it's going to be 12-0. Can't remember the others. It's like Guinea or something versus someone. Can't remember, but he's going to 3 games out there. It's doing a few places in Morocco. I think Casablanca, Tangier maybe, and I can't remember the last one. Marrakesh maybe. But great. Yeah, doing a few games. So fair enough. I'm saving it for when the Uganda host. To genuinely ask the next host Uganda. I wasn't just like I don't know how that came across.
Just hoping that Uganda do it.
Yeah, no, they are. Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania are the hosts after Morocco.
That's pretty cool.
So me and one of my mates have already been discussing it. But yeah, Group D: USA, Paraguay, Australia, and the winner of UEFA Playoff C, which is Turkey, Slovakia, Kosovo, or Romania.
Crap.
It's not. Yeah, I mean USA. I think will come out of that, and probably I don't know because Turkey, Slovakia, Kosovo, Romania. I'd like to say USA, or I don't know how Paraguay are these days.
No.
I don't know if they're any good. I don't know. It's not a great group again.
Yeah, I mean this is what we were talking about, wasn't it? Last time we discussed the World Cup, and it's amazing for the teams that go through, but the problem is you get put against teams that are a lot stronger than you, and it's kind of. I'm just going to try and relate it to something that we know. If anyone out there plays League of Legends, it's like you're a challenger player going up against someone that's in bronze, and it's just the disparity is so large that it's just not fair. Like that is this group seems. Well, a lot of them actually, they're sort of on that tangent because there's so many teams.
Yeah, there's just something I actually want to. I'll bring it up after. But something that me and my mates were talking about, and the way it's been done, and with the team expansion, it's catered towards like the top kind of teams. And
Of course it is.
I will say a bit more afterwards. But
Yeah.
Group E: Germany, Curacao, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador. Germany and Ivory Coast for me come out of this one. I mean,
Oh, mate, I'm back in Curacao, boys. Come on, lads.
I really hope they do.
The boys.
I really hope they do, but I can't see it. Them in Haiti.
Mate, I'm gassed for their games. I promise you this. I swear, I'm actually going to watch every single one of their games if I can, because I'm up for it.
I mean, to be fair, I'll probably watch every single game full stop, unless there's one at like ridiculous time.
I'm on it, mate. I'll get up in the middle of the night. I'm on it, mate.
2 in the morning, Curacao. The games, the times are all out now, so we will know their times. It's just I haven't looked at Curaçao's game times. I've only looked at like some of the ones, but yeah, there's no chance they win a game. But
unfortunately not. But you know, I'll be rooting for you boys.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Group F.
That's not sarcastic, by the way.
Genuinely, I hope they do. Same with Haiti as well. I hope they do. But
I love an underdog story. It makes me happy.
I can't see it. Where are we? Group F. Yes. The Netherlands, Japan, winner of Playoff B, UEFA Playoff B, which is Ukraine, Poland, Albania, or Sweden, and then Tunisia. I think Netherlands, Japan for me.
Yeah, probably.
2 strongest teams in that group. Yeah. Again, even like you got like the odd big team here or there, but again, the quality's not great. No. It's really not great. I mean, I could actually see a little world where Japan win this group.
Yeah,
like the Asian teams are the workhorses.
Oh god, yeah.
Like they will just go and go and go. They'll surprise you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where are we? Group G. This one's shocking as well. Belgium,
I've got a little
Egypt.
fact about this one actually.
Okay,
go on.
Right, yeah, go on. Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand. Jesus.
So on this group, they've picked a game for.
Oh god, yes,
in Seattle.
Yeah.
For the LGBTQ representation.
It's Egypt, Iran, isn't it?
Egypt versus Iran. Like, how tone deaf do you have to be to pick 2 countries? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and I might be wrong, but isn't it illegal to be, especially I think it's in Iran. I think that is true. I'm not sure about
both.
Egypt.
I'm sure it's both.
It's illegal to be homosexual. So they've gone, right, let's do this game for 2 countries that legally you're not allowed. That is, to me, that's tone deaf. I get it. I sort of get it from a point of view of like, you want to stick it to them and say whatever, but you're better off doing it for a game where the countries are accepting of that.
Yeah,
because the atmosphere would be so much better. I just don't understand that choice at all.
Yeah, it's daft. It's it's illegal. I believe same-sex marriages in Egypt. I would assume the same for Iran, but someone's going to have to fact check me. I believe it is punishable in Egypt.
Well, if they're Muslim countries,
it's Islamic,
under Sharia law, then yeah, it's bonkers. I get it.
Yeah, it's obviously. Not the best choice to put on your LGBTQ. Is it like LGBTQ Day?
I don't know. I think it's just that game is in Seattle.
Yeah, it's something like it's representing that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they've picked Egypt and Iran.
That's such a stupid game to do it in, but
it did make me laugh when I saw that. Really?
I mean, that group just in general is terrible.
Oh, it's poor. Yeah, it's terrible.
And it's Belgium, and who cares?
I mean, Egypt and Iran, one of the 2. New Zealand are terrible.
Egypt for Salah, I guess. I don't even know.
I think Iran are a bit more rounded than Egypt.
Yeah.
But I don't know, to be honest. This is just the pattern here. This one's a little better, but only because there's 2 decent teams. So you've got Spain, Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, and Uruguay. I mean, this is going to be Spain and Uruguay. Decent little game there, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, Spain should win, but Uruguay aren't bad. They will give them a game.
Yeah.
Group I actually interests me.
I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah. France, Senegal, winner of the FIFA Playoff 2, which is Iraq, Bolivia, or Suriname. Again, that's poor.
Unfortunately, doesn't
and then Norway. That one interests me.
Yeah, me too.
I think France, obviously top group. No doubt. It's Norway or Senegal. I'd
It
like to give it to
depends.
Norway,
Yeah, I
but
was going to say depends on
Senegal aren't bad.
how the thing is. It'll be if they've got. I mean, I know it's a while after, but you'll see if they've got an Afcon hangover and
Yeah, but
how they
Senegal always
perform in
go
Afcon.
far in Afcon.
I think will determine how they perform in World Cup.
Yeah. I think it's fair because they're obviously going to be tired, especially with some of the Senegal have got a number of actually top like league players as well, so
absolutely.
they will be tired, but they're more than capable.
Yeah.
So it'd be one of the two. I would like to see it be Norway though, just because it's first time I think in our lifetime. Is it ever?
I
They've
think
ever
so.
made? I think they must have done maybe at some point.
They might have qualified years and years ago, but in our lifetimes, especially.
Yeah, it's the first in our lifetime.
Yeah.
So that one interests me. How Norway do. It's obviously going to completely depend on if Haaland stays fit, but
mate, he looks a different gravy this season.
Yeah,
so if
he
does with the form he's in at the moment. It's going to be fun, man. It'll be. I'm looking forward to that group.
I mean, they'll certainly, I think, make it into the third place best teams anyway. Easily, but if not, but whether or not top two, we'll see. Jay, we've got obviously reigning champions: Argentina, Algeria, Austria, Jordan. Argentina, Austria for me.
Yeah, maybe a slight shout for Algeria as the third place.
Possibly, yeah. I think it's doable for sure. But, I think Jordan, no chance.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I don't think I could name you one notable player from Jordan.
No, I don't think I can. No,
whereas I can for some of the others, but I can't for Jordan. Kay, who we got here? Portugal, winner of FIFA Playoff 1, which is the DR Congo, Jamaica, or New Caledonia. Uzbekistan and Colombia. Portugal, and Colombia. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Uzbekistan have got a decent squad nowadays.
It's exciting to see them in it, actually.
They've got some good players. They really do nowadays. They're not a terrible team, but I just don't think they've got enough quality to win over the likes of Portugal and Colombia.
I think Portugal and Colombia, wouldn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, a potential dark horse. I think Congo might give Uzbekistan a run for third, potentially.
You're really on this AFCON business.
I genuinely love AFCON.
I love it.
Good. I think they genuinely might. I think Jamaica or New Caledonia, no chance.
Yeah, fair.
But then the final group: England, Croatia, Ghana, Panama.
It's just stinky as well, isn't it?
This is a very England group. Croatia, we seem to play every tournament, no matter what.
Yeah.
Panama, we had in 2018.
Yeah.
And Ghana, this would be more interesting if it was Ghana of previous years, but Ghana didn't even. I don't even think they qualified for AFCON this year.
Oh, okay.
They're not as good. I will just quickly check that.
Yes, where they qualified top of the group, and you're like,
turns out they're actually hosts. I will check, but I'm sure they haven't. No, they don't. They haven't qualified. So it's a weaker Ghana than in previous years. Again, I can't. England, Croatia here for me. Go through. It's a very England group. It's boring. There's not really. If it was Ghana of previous years, that'd excite me. But
but this one is
no. And then England, Panama. We played them in 2018, and it was something like 6-1 or 6-0. It's but that's the pan. The groups are pretty dull. Just all are over. And the thing I really wanted to bring up very quickly was, and we were talking about this with my mates, that basically Argentina and Spain, who are the top two ranked countries in the world, have purposely been split so they can't play each other to the final.
Yeah.
And it just seems to me like it's kind of been set so that the big teams make it far.
Well, yeah. It doesn't make sense to me. I just don't like the way it's laid out.
No, I don't.
I think they tried to shoehorn too many teams in, and again, I'll just want to say, and I keep saying it because we got a comment about being elitist and everything like that, and it's not meant like that at all. Because it's fantastic for your country if you qualify. No one's taken that away from you.
Yeah.
But the problem is when the quality of the teams that are in the competition. Again, like I said about the League of Legends reference, it's almost men versus boys, and it's just for the whole quality of the competition, it's not great, and it also there's two sides to it, and it's so difficult to
Yeah, you need to kind of walk that fine line without coming
Yeah.
off like you. It's but for me, yeah, if you had the choice of let's say Haiti or
Mhm.
Italy, I will pick Italy for the competition, just
From
for
a
the
footballing
quality.
perspective,
Yeah,
absolutely,
just for the
yeah.
quality of the competition. But
You know,
ultimately, for Haiti and the people of Haiti, it's fantastic that they get to watch their team play
oh
and
god,
potentially
yeah,
go to some games. It's great,
yeah.
but
It just from a
yeah,
footballing perspective, like just the game, not the fans, nothing. The actual game, it's not good.
yeah, too many teams for me.
Yeah,
Way too many teams. It's just let like everybody in and
and it
make more
sort of
money off the games.
takes away qualifying a little bit because if everyone qualifies, you don't feel like you've achieved anything. Because do you see what I'm trying to say? If how do I do it? If I took a test, right, and everyone knew they were getting an A, you wouldn't bother studying. You wouldn't bother trying, would you? Because you know that everyone's getting an A. There's so many teams in the World Cup now that it's almost like it's hard not to qualify because there's so many spaces.
Yeah, it's like a
Like,
million European spaces as well. It's like
yeah, it just doesn't
where
have the same.
you're having to
You
put
know, like
two European countries in groups because there's too many.
yeah, you remember the old Champions League where it was the best of the best from every league. The old European Cup
Yeah,
format.
back in the day, it used to be just winners of each league.
Yeah,
Like,
but that was you had something to win to
yeah,
get into the cup. Whereas now, obviously, it's 4, maybe 5 from a
yeah.
league.
Often it's five these days
You
for
know,
English any English league
yeah,
anyway.
and it kind of to me that just takes away from the accomplishment, and that's sort of how I feel a little bit about the World Cup. I just feel like it's not the biggest accomplishment. Obviously, it still is a massive accomplishment, but if more people are able to do it, it doesn't feel quite as special. Um, and yeah, I mean, admittedly, I'd be saying the same thing if England didn't qualify. It's not specific because I'm an English fan and we take it for granted that we qualify.
Yeah.
It just,
Yeah, that is obviously another perspective. Is we obviously can't really see it from a let's say
yeah,
a Haitian point of view or a
Curacao
Panama,
or
yeah, whoever, because obviously we just qualify pretty much by default every time.
yeah,
So if you are from this place, yeah, any of these nations, yeah, I'm sure it's unbelievable.
uh-huh,
And like, but it is a difficult one because obviously we will never have that. Like,
yeah, no,
so,
exactly,
but ultimately, we're not saying it's obviously bad for the country because it's amazing
of course,
just
yeah,
for us quality.
yeah, no, definitely.
But
So
yeah, that's so. Obviously, we'll leave the World Cup talk there just because the summer's going to be full of it. It's going
yes,
to be all that's on, and every episode is going to be catered to it. So we'll move on, but that's going on. I do want to talk about Afcon in a future episode coming up because
mm-hmm.
it does start.
Couple of
Just
weeks, isn't it?
yeah, it's literally just over a couple of weeks now.
Yeah,
So I want to do like a prediction episode for that
nice.
at some point. So yeah, moving on, we'll go back and I'll let you start off. I obviously spoke a lot in that bit, but I'll let you start off with I guess with the Liverpool result and kind of
Yeah.
what's transpired.
So the final result that we didn't mention before was a Liverpool Leeds game at Elland Road, 3-3. Now, bear in mind, Newcastle, Liverpool were up 2-0 at one point
Yeah.
and come back 3-3. I didn't watch the full game. I caught bits of it. But the bit I did catch is that I specifically want to talk about that leads us sort of into the sort of topic, if you like, is A, Salah was on the bench, didn't even get played,
Yeah.
and B, the last goal they conceded, Tanaka was on the back post by himself. My nan would have scored that goal. He was so open, and it's poor. It's really, really poor. And when I say that leads us on to our topic about why we both think Liverpool have sort of capitulated at this point, is it's all kicked off, mate. It's
Yeah,
gone.
it has
It's got
gone to the
cattywampus.
dogs. It
It's
has all gone cattywampus.
so Salah, and so just as a prefix to this, Salah has spoken to the media in after a game 4 times. This being the fourth, 4 times. So where they go out and they speak to the journalists. 4 times. The last time he did it, do you know what it was?
No.
When he was renewing his contract.
Oh, God, of course.
So I have a very strong opinion on this whole thing, and I'll sort of explain, I guess, what's happened. You tell me what you think, and then I'll tell you why you're wrong. So Salah come out. So he's been benched for the last 3 games. Salah's come out in essence and said, "Oh, he feels like the club has thrown him under the bus." He insisted that he's given everything to Liverpool over the years, especially the previous season, but can't quite work out why he's on the bench. He said that his manager, his relationship with the manager, there's no relationship between them anymore. They had a really good relationship, and that's deteriorated in the recent months. Apparently, during the contract talks, he was promised certain things after he extended, and these haven't been kept. And now he's sort of not ruling out leaving Liverpool, even going as far as to hinting that the game against Brighton will be his last game at Anfield. The direct quote in his own words, "I have done so much for this club down the years. Now I'm sitting on the bench and I don't know why. It seems like the club has thrown me under the bus. Someone doesn't want me in the club. There's no relationship between us being him and Slot. And it was a very good relationship, and now all of a sudden there's no relationship." So, and he's come out to the media and said this while under contract at Liverpool Football Club. And we'll talk about that first, and then I guess we can talk about Slot's response, because he has actually responded. But I'm interested. What I think we might have contrasting opinions on this. Do you think the club have thrown him under the bus, or do you think
ultimately,
it's the opposite?
For me, if it's me,
Mm-hmm.
get him gone. I think for me, ultimately Liverpool is his employer.
Yep.
In any job. If you're not performing, there are repercussions consistently for that. And Salah, I do understand his frustration, because ultimately, like him or Van Dijk, whatever, but he is, a Liverpool legend, being consistently, maybe other than Van Dijk, their best player over the years. One of the Premier League's greatest goal scorers. I do understand his frustration, but it's very evident to me that he's not really been in a Liverpool side that's been awful.
Mm-hmm.
Up until now. This is the first time he's really been in a Liverpool side where they've really struggled. And I think it says more about him than it does the club, that the first time that he really gets benched for a big period of time in a row, that he's gone and obviously started crying about it.
Yeah.
And it's very similar to Ronaldo's second stint at United,
where
he got dropped. He obviously had a really good season, then got dropped by Ten Hag for just not performing. And then obviously that became quite toxic, and they started just going back and forth to the media and stuff like that. It's pretty similar to that for me. But yeah, if it's me, I think if a player's going to come out like that while still under contract, for me, just get him gone.
Yeah, I agree.
If you're going to come out, he doesn't want to be there, fine. Go off you go. No one's bigger than the club.
Oh, God, yeah, 100%. I mean, he's on 400k a week, mind you, right? He's been playing dreadfully, and he can't work out why he's on the bench. How entitled do you have to be? You said it yourself, no one's bigger than the club. Stop being a big baby. Like, put on your big boy pants and just get on with it. Like, your club that you're employed to is going through a really tough time. You and Van Dijk are the senior players in that squad, and you're just being a child. You don't see Van Dijk doing
it's no example. That's the thing to those younger players, especially all the younger forwards.
Yeah,
but
what are they supposed to think?
Something that my manager brought up, because we were discussing this today, that when I said, I mean, look, like in any job, he's being benched because he's not performing, and he made the point of, well, who is for Liverpool right now, other than maybe Ekitike has scored a couple. And Van Dijk is, I think, consistently okay. It's just, so you have got that, but ultimately that doesn't mean he's entitled to start. And
that's exactly what I was going to say.
Despite how good you are, he is, I think, in terms of raw quality, he is one of the best players we have seen in the Premier League.
Oh, yeah.
In decades, probably,
Yeah, Premier
potentially
League era
ever.
potentially.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that you're entitled to start. And ultimately, if you're not performing in a game, Bayern just went 1-0 down to Sporting, by the
Oh,
way.
go on, the
Then
boys.
yeah, oh, yeah, please. But that doesn't mean ultimately that you're entitled to start. And Ronaldo had the same thing.
Mhm.
And yeah, for me, like I said, just no, get him gone.
Yeah.
You're not bigger than the club.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know me, and the listeners also have obviously come to the conclusion that I don't mince my words and I don't go back on my, when I say something, I say it and I mean it. He's just a baby, like just a huge, huge baby in a Liverpool kit. I just think
Yeah,
to
good
to come
pick.
out, think what you want behind closed doors. Tell your wife that you think Slot's an idiot. Do what you want, right? Whatever. But to come out to the media and go, oh, well, he doesn't like me anymore. Oh, boo hoo. Like, get over yourself. If you played better, you're a senior player at this club. Granted, no one's doing well, but this is the time where you prove who you are as a player, who you are. You're a senior player in that club. It's your time to pick everyone up, put the team on your shoulders, and go, no, come on, lads, we can get out of this rut that we're
Yeah,
in.
yeah. That
Not
ultimately.
just throwing your toys out the pram and go, wow, I can't do this. It's not going well. I'm on the bench, blah, blah, blah. Well, prove that you want to be there. You're not doing that. Go.
Yeah, yeah.
Simple.
He has been left out for Inter tonight as well. He's been
I don't
left
think
out of
he's
the
even
squad.
travelled.
No, he hasn't. He's not in the squad at all. Not
Yeah.
named.
And
He's
I guarantee that's because of him. It's just
yeah,
being a
oh yeah,
child.
100%, 100%. Yeah, it's just disloyalty for me. It's
I
ultimately
agree.
he's been at Liverpool for a long time now.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly a legend within the club, but like if it's one of them, if one of Chelmsford's players was like that, was at the club for years, and then
Yeah.
came out. I know it's a much smaller scale, but the same principle. And then came out and said a load of stuff because he was benched for like 3 or 4 games in a row.
Yeah.
That is tarnished for me.
I agree. I agree.
And there's bids coming in from Saudi. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Well,
going
it
to
was,
be offering crazy money. Off you go. See you
yeah.
later.
No, absolutely. It was like when Aguero left us. He obviously he was injured a lot for his final sort of season, and even then, when he come back, he was sort of on the bench, and we were playing the false nine system, but didn't sit and moan once. And for my lifetime as a City fan, he has been. I mean, Haaland might overtake him, but for me, he's been our best striker that I've seen, and he just got on with it. He was on the bench, but just got on with it, like gracefully. And then when he left, it was all smiles. He went off to Barca. Brilliant. There was no
Yeah,
bad blood whatsoever. But the problem, and the thing is, the difference is Liverpool fans are reactive. You remember how they were when Trent
very.
left, and I don't think he even left on really bad terms. Now he's a Judas, and they hate him.
It's purely because he went on a free, and obviously he could have given Liverpool like 100 mil fee.
Yeah, of course, but regardless of the finances, do you know what I mean? He played till the
Yeah,
end.
he never did
And
anything like to make like.
no,
There's nothing he did against the fans or anything. It was just purely he saw out his contract, which
yeah,
I get
you know,
why you'd be annoyed, but it's not some like a reason to just blacklist the player.
no.
Like
Whereas what Salah's
this
doing
might
now,
be. Yeah,
oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah, exactly. And to sort of bring it to what Slot said. So Slot has come out and sort of said that he was surprised by Salah's claims that their relationship had broke down. And he didn't expect Salah to make those sort of comments. He still believes that Salah could potentially return and didn't rule him out playing again. But he also added that his decision to bench Salah was tactical, to try different formations and styles. He said he's been trying different solutions to fix the team's poor form. As of the latest press conference, the only communication between them after the interview was that Slot informed Salah that he wouldn't travel with the squad in the upcoming Champions League match. Slot plainly said that he feels his authority was undermined, but acknowledges benching a star player always comes at risk. So
yeah,
and it goes against what I said about Slot not having the minerals. I still don't think he's got. We're talking from a football term. I don't think he's got the minerals to win the Premier League again. But I respect the way he's dealing with it. in that he's, obviously he can't come out and go. He probably would want to, because by the way it sounds, Salah's been again a little baby, and Slot probably wants to come out and go, yeah, well, he's being a child, so get benched. But he's done it professionally, and he's also gone, right, well, no one's above the club. You're not even travelling with the squad to come to the Champions League game. Like, you're staying at home, mate. And I think that's huge for him to not allow Salah to try and undermine his authority and go, well, I'm Mohamed Salah, I can do what I want. Slot's gone, sorry, I'm the gaffer. You're going to do what I want. If you don't like it, get used to the bench, mate. And I like that.
Yeah, I think ultimately, like, no one's bigger than the club. There's hierarchy there. Ultimately, it's Slot's decision who plays at the end of the day. But it is a mirror of the Ronaldo Ten Hag conflict.
Yeah,
absolute mirror.
massively.
And there was very, very similar situation where Ten Hag just come out and said, "Okay, see you later then."
Yeah,
Like, there was no one. You're Ronaldo, and I know it's a difficult one with Messi and Ronaldo just because they are so astronomical. That do the rules apply in the same way? It's a difficult one to answer for those two, just because they are so astronomical in the sport compared to anybody else. But yeah, for me, I respect that he's gone out and just put his authority down and said, no, you're acting like this. Let's just keep this between us, and kept him on the bench. And then potentially gets rid. I don't know. Do you think Salah goes?
He's got to, right? I don't see a way back.
I think, yeah.
Like, as I said earlier, the Liverpool fans are they're a passionate bunch, and they've been calling for Slot's head after they've won him a league, and like, if they're that quick to turn on a manager that has won them the league, how are they going to feel when a player's come out and gone, oh well, I'm on the bench even though I'm playing bad? He's not doing anything to help the club get out of there where they sort of belong, and surely they turn on him. I just feel like the reception at Anfield is not going to be great, and he's gonna, if he wants to come back, he's gonna have to do a lot of. It's possible, I guess, but he's gonna have to do a lot of grovelling and a lot of.
You know what the best thing I think would be, and it's never nice because I don't want to see Liverpool win a load of games, but I think the best thing would be for tonight if Liverpool just absolutely steamroll into without him. That would be. I don't think it's going to happen, but that would be the best case, because then he'd be like, okay, he'd have to kind of rethink. But
tail between his legs and go back to Slot.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Ultimately, everyone's obviously talking about Saudi Arabia potentially being a destination, and that's great. But one thing I think we've got to just kind of keep in mind is that it's not an easy deal, because AFCON, Salah's obviously going AFCON. Nothing's going to be happening whilst he's there. That's going to slow things down. I do think I can see it, him playing in Saudi Arabia at some point, but it's not going to happen in a matter of days. It's going to be a long process.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But no, I think actually, interestingly, I think we're pretty much on the same wavelength. I can absolutely, same. I can absolutely understand Salah's frustrations, but ultimately that doesn't excuse him just going mental.
Nah, you wouldn't do it at your job, and I wouldn't do it at mine. I don't want to go to work, but
exactly,
I got to.
Exactly.
And he's getting paid
9 to 5 every day, but
no, but he's getting paid $400,000 a week. Man makes more money in a month than I'll ever make in my entire life.
It actually reminds me of a time where this was years ago. I'm talking old Premier League era days when it was Barclays. Rooney put a tweet out back. This is back, obviously, it was Twitter back then. And it was something like, we've got to do something about early kickoffs because it's just not nice shoveling pasta in your face at 9 a.m. And the top comment or something, the first reply was, if I was earning anything close to what you're earning, I'd shove pasta up my arse at 9 a.m. It gives me the same vibes to that. It just made me laugh.
You know why you quickly mentioned that? Not related to anything, but Wayne Rooney has got two of my favourite tweets of all time. One of them, he asked himself for a fight. And he asked himself for a fight and then just put Mr. Bean, funny.
That's his most liked tweet to this day.
It's such a beautiful tweet. Or the other one, he's like, "Oh, Rio want a lift or whatever," and he's just tweeted it. He hasn't tweeted at him.
Yeah, he's not messaged him or anything. He just said, "Rio, do you want a lift?"
He's just unbeaten, man. What a guy.
Oh God.
But yeah, that I'm surprised we agreed on that actually, because I was expecting us to sort of be on different points of maybe, but they were both in agreement. No one's bigger than the club, and grow up, innit, really?
Yeah, don't care who you are. No one's bigger than the club. Ronaldo wasn't bigger than United.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah,
if Man United can kick Ronaldo out,
yeah, then and then I'm not undermining Salah here. He is obviously an astronomically big player in the league, but he's not Ronaldo. No one is, and other than Messi's probably the only rival player to that. But yeah, that's kind of, I think, all I have anyway. Do you want to add anything?
No, that's it for me. I think if I go on, we'll be here for about 4 weeks.
Good stuff. Let's do it. I've got nothing to do, so
just spend the next 4 weeks talking about Salah and how annoyed I am at him.
Yeah.
Great content, boys.
Live news updates as we go in.
Sitting in silence, just waiting for the news to come through.
Bayern have just scored. It's 1-1.
Oh, boo.
Maverick scored. But yeah, anyway, obviously, thank you all for listening. Been a bit of a longer one today. There was quite a bit to cover. So thank you for listening. I think next episode I want to do some AFCON predictions. So drop yours in the comments, whatever. Drop also what you think about Salah and what's gone on in the comments. Any sort of World Cup predictions. And anything you want us to cover, drop